Hello, and welcome. I'm so happy you're here, ready to dive into the life-changing insights of The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. This book has touched millions of lives around the world, guiding individuals toward a deeper understanding of their purpose and how to live a life filled with meaning and fulfillment. In this summary, we'll explore the key lessons from Rick Warren's book, uncovering the principles that can help you discover your true purpose in life. Whether you're seeking clarity about your path, looking to grow spiritually, or simply hoping to live with more intention and direction, this summary will give you the tools and insights you need. With a gentle, thoughtful approach, we'll break down the most important takeaways so you can apply them to your own journey. Let's embark on this transformative adventure together, exploring how the purpose-driven life can illuminate your path and help you live a life full of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Discovering your purpose, the foundation of a meaningful life. One of the central themes of the purpose-driven life is the idea that every person was created with a unique purpose. Rick Warren begins by emphasizing that life is not a random series of events, but that God has designed each of us for a specific reason. He encourages readers to seek out their purpose in life, to understand why they are here, and to align their lives with that purpose. The first step in discovering your purpose is to realize that you are not the center of your own world. Instead, your life is meant to be a part of a bigger picture, a picture that involves God, others, and the world around you. This shift in perspective allows you to move from focusing solely on your own desires to understanding how your life can serve a higher purpose. As you reflect on your life, think about the areas where you feel most alive, where your passions intersect with your talents, and where you can make a meaningful impact on the lives of others. This is where your true purpose lies. Warren reminds us that your purpose is not something you create or invent, it's something you discover. It's rooted in who you are, how you were made, and what you are meant to give back to the world. The 5 purposes of life. Rick Warren outlines 5 key purposes that are foundational to understanding and living a purposeful life. These purposes serve as guiding principles for how we can align our lives with the intentions of God and experience fulfillment through the pursuit of these higher goals. The first purpose is worship. Warren reminds us that we were created to bring glory to God. Our lives are meant to reflect God's greatness, and this is done through worship, both individually and as a part of a community. Worship is not confined to songs and prayers, but includes every aspect of life, from the way we treat others to the way we work and serve. When we embrace worship as a way of life, we experience a deeper connection to our Creator. The second purpose is ministry. We are all called to serve others, and this is where we find true fulfillment. Serving others not only brings joy to their lives, but also to ours. Warren challenges readers to find ways to serve, whether it's within their families, their communities, or the larger world. Ministry is about showing love and care through our actions, demonstrating God's love in tangible ways. The third purpose is fellowship. Our lives were designed for relationship, both with God and with other people. Fellowship involves building meaningful connections, sharing in each other's joys and struggles, and supporting one another through life's challenges. As humans, we thrive when we are in authentic, loving relationships. Warren highlights the importance of church and community in fulfilling this purpose. The fourth purpose is discipleship. Discipleship is the process of growing in our relationship with God, learning to live according to His will, and becoming more like Jesus. This purpose is a lifelong journey, one where we continually grow and develop spiritually. Warren encourages readers to commit to ongoing spiritual growth through prayer, Bible study, and applying what we learn in our daily lives. The fifth purpose is evangelism. We are called to share the message of God's love with others. Evangelism is not just about preaching, it's about living in such a way that others are drawn to God through our example. It's about being a light in the world and sharing the hope and joy that comes from knowing God. By embracing these 5 purposes, we can align our lives with the deeper meaning and fulfillment that comes from living with intention and purpose. Warren reminds us that these purposes are not separate from one another, but interwoven and interconnected. When we live out all 5 purposes, we experience a holistic and fulfilling life. Living with intention, the power of focus and direction. In The Purpose-Driven Life, Rick Warren encourages readers to live with intention. It's not enough to simply go through the motions of life, we must choose to live deliberately, with a clear sense of direction and purpose. To live with intention, we must first become aware of our thoughts, behaviors, and actions. Warren emphasizes the importance of self-awareness and mindfulness. Are you living in alignment with your values and your purpose? Or are you simply reacting to the demands and distractions of life? Living with intention requires us to choose what we focus on. In today's fast-paced, noisy world, it's easy to get sidetracked by the pressures of daily life. Warren suggests that we regularly evaluate our priorities and make sure we're putting our energy into the things that matter most: our relationship with God, our relationships with others, and our personal growth. One of the ways to live with intention is to set meaningful goals. Goals provide us with a roadmap for where we want to go and help us stay on track. Whether it's in our personal lives, our careers, or our spiritual journeys, setting goals allows us to measure our progress and stay focused on the bigger picture. However, Warren also reminds us that living with intention doesn't mean we can control every outcome. Life is unpredictable, and we must be open to God's plan for us. Living with intention involves trusting in His timing and being open to the unexpected twists and turns that may come along the way. Trusting in God's plan for your life. At the heart of the purpose-driven life is the message that we are not in control of our destiny, God is. Warren emphasizes that God has a plan for each of us, and it's through trusting in that plan that we find true purpose and fulfillment. When we acknowledge that we are not the ultimate authority over our lives, we open ourselves to receiving God's guidance. Warren encourages readers to surrender their plans and desires to God, trusting that His plan is greater than anything we could imagine. This doesn't mean that life will always be easy or that things will always go as we expect, but it does mean that we can find peace and assurance in knowing that God is in control. Living in trust allows us to face challenges with confidence, knowing that we are not alone in our struggles. We can rely on God's wisdom and strength to carry us through even the most difficult times. Trusting in His plan also means being open to change and transformation, allowing God to shape us into the people we are meant to be. The importance of community, supporting one another. Another vital aspect of the purpose-driven life is the emphasis on community. Warren reminds us that we are not meant to live our lives alone. We are called to be a part of something greater than ourselves, whether that's a church, a family, or a group of like-minded individuals who support and encourage each other. Community plays a crucial role in helping us fulfill our purpose. Through relationships with others, we gain strength, support, and accountability. Warren encourages readers to engage in meaningful fellowship, where we can share our joys and challenges, pray for one another, and offer encouragement. Being part of a community also helps us grow spiritually. As we interact with others, we learn from their experiences, gain new perspectives, and are challenged to grow in our faith. Fellowship allows us to serve others and be served, creating a cycle of love and support that strengthens us all. Conclusion: living a life of purpose. In The Purpose-Driven Life, Rick Warren provides a roadmap for living a life full of meaning and direction. By discovering our God-given purpose, living with intention, trusting in God's plan, and embracing the support of community, we can experience true fulfillment and joy. Warren's message is simple but profound: our lives are not accidents, we were created with a purpose. As you reflect on the key takeaways from this book, I encourage you to take action. Start by considering your own purpose in life. What were you created to do? How can you align your life with your deepest values and passions? And how can you serve others and make a difference in the world around you? Thank you for joining me in this exploration of the purpose-driven life. If this summary resonated with you, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I hope you feel inspired to live with purpose, embracing the truth that your life has incredible meaning and potential.